Welcome back to Wellness Talks with Lolo. Today I have my friend Ashley Speer. She and I became fast friends online, and we will tell you all about that. And and I are going to talk about financial wellness and mental wellness after leaving a toxic relationship, a toxic marriage. And so I can't wait to share what she has to share. And stay tuned because we've got a lot of exciting information to provide for you today. So stay tuned. If you were ever in a toxic relationship, you know how messed up your entire body and nervous system can be when you get out. That's why getting out is just the first step to truly being free. Join me each week as we talk about various holistic wellness solutions to restore your well-being, build a healthy and thriving life, and form new healthy relationships after getting away from someone that never deserved you in the first place. Come on, my beautiful flock. Y'all rise up like the empowered phoenix you are and show the world your colors. Welcome, Ashley. Thank you for coming today.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Ashley Speer is a single mom of two. She's running an online business, and you can find her. She is Mama T Digital on Instagram, and she sells digital products that online, teaching other people how to make money online. And she has managed to turn this online startup into a four-figure business in less than 4 months. This is all to support her and her kids after a toxic divorce. So I can't wait to hear what you have to share about that whole journey and what that's looked like and kind of the hurdles that you've overcome. And so, do you want to tell us a little bit more about what it is that you do?
I would love to.
So,
Okay, so in a nutshell, I spent a way too long in a, like you said, toxic relationship, marriage, and but I was never really physically abused, but psychologically, mentally, emotionally, financially, which led me to search for something where I could financially support myself. And really, to have, if you don't have money, if you are financially independent on someone, then you are stuck. There is no going anywhere. Especially we were living in a different country. So you're talking plane tickets, you're talking passport fees, you're talking visa fees, you're talking, it was impossible. So I did the only thing I had for my therapy at the time, which was doom scroll on Instagram, TikTok, mainly Instagram. And so all of these women talking about how they were using that phone and using these apps to make money online. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm at home all day, though I have this guy breathing down my throat. I don't go anywhere. So I can do this. Like, why not? When the kids are going to sleep, and I can even do it without even having to tell anybody. I'm like, this is it. This is my ticket to freedom. So I started doing the deep dive. Well, I did all the free routes. I took all the free guides that I could download. I did YouTube. I did everything you could think of to go about it, but it always got you to a certain spot. And then there were so many missing directions, so many missing avenues, so much missing information that you needed to actually start this business, to actually grow it, to actually know what you're doing. I'm not new to entrepreneurship. My ex and I ran a car business, a wholesale car business. So I know what it takes to sell things. I just digitally and being compensated for my work was what was new for me. So I went to him and I said, look, you're complaining about groceries, you're complaining about necessities, you're complaining about all these things. Can I please have just $500? I said, even better, you can do a payment plan. So can I have $160 to get started? I said, let me try this. And then you don't have to hear from me about groceries, about any of these things. Now, it's not because he didn't have the money. He just liked to complain about these things. Oh, sorry. He just liked to complain about these things. So I thought, well, I have a solution to the problem. I was told no repeatedly, his way or the highway, but the highway meant I have to leave my kids behind, and that's not something I was willing to do. I don't know any good mother that would do that. So I hung in a little bit longer. Um, this past January, actually December 31st of 2024, I was finally able to break free. And I stepped on a plane, left. I came back home. I gave myself about 2 months to regroup. And then I said, well, I got to get my butt in gear. I've got to do something. I am now a single, truly single mom. I was already a single mom in a marriage, but now I'm truly single. And the only thing I could think was, okay, I've got to get ourselves a house or an apartment or something. We have to eat. We have to, we have clothes. We have to do all these things. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to make this work. I am going to invest in that education that I needed. And I'm going to just full force. That's it. There's nothing stopping me now. I'm going to do it. So I did. I bought something. My first investment was something called the Roadmap 3.0. And that is where I got my start. I went through the entire thing. It took me a week, but because I really wanted to go through everything, the digital thing, selling on social media, that part was new to me. And not only that, but let's face it, not everyone is brave enough to try and teach themselves how to make money online. Not everyone is brave enough to be an entrepreneur. They get scared of that word, So I thought I need to figure out how to market this. I have to figure out, I need to learn how to do this. I mean, I could sell you a hoopty knowing that it's not going to run and make you think it's your dream car. I'm good at that. I know that's a bad analogy, but that I can do. But this actually being able to give people like this opportunity, and me myself really believing in it and thinking, you know, I can be home with the kids. They don't have to go through any more trauma than they've already gone through with, losing family members and moving countries and, meeting people they didn't know that exist. These are all things that we've gone through just since January of 2024. So I bought the course on February 28th. On March 7th, I believe it was, of 2024, I put out my first reel on Instagram. It got about 50 views and 2 likes, but it was a starting point. And it was very silly because it was actually this little cup that my mom had got me, and it said, "This is the day." And it was literally just a reel. It was stormy, like the clouds are moving in the background. It's literally just this cup. And I've gone through and archived some of my stuff, but that I left. That's my starting point. We all start somewhere. And I think that's very important to remember where you came from. I think it's very important to not let it, what's the word? You can't let where you came from or what's happened to you dictate what you're going to do later. But it's good to know where you came from. It's good to see it visually. This is where I started. And then when you get to where you want to go, or maybe you beyond where you thought you were going to go, you can look back and say, wow, like this is where I came from. So fast forward to I about a month in doing the 3 reels a day. It's exhausting coming up with the copy, which is just a fancy word for what you're going to write in your caption, which the hook, which is literally just those words on the screen, or even the visual hook. You're doing something crazy that's going to make someone want to sit and read your caption or say, hey, this person looks interesting. What are they doing? All these things I didn't have to do before. With cars, we knew our customer would come and say, okay, I'm looking for this car with this package layout, this color. And we were like, okay, we'd go source the car. Here's your car. Pretty simple. You already had the customer. Now I have the product. I have to find the customer. So I'm kind of doing what I already know in a reverse, in a sense. And I still remember my first $9.99 sale. And I thought it was like the greatest thing in the world. And then from then on, now I average about 2 to 3 sales a week in different products. I now have, oh gosh, I have actually been through 18 products. They're not all in my store. If they are in my store, it's because I have learned from them, and I think other people can learn from them as well. So I audit my store a lot, which is just fancy for saying I put things in or take things out as needed or as I see value, or, because I want other people to be successful. I don't see anyone else doing the same thing I'm doing as competition. I see them as a fellow entrepreneur and somebody that also has the same values that I have and the same understanding that I have, that you don't want to be limited. You don't want that roof above your head, that cap. You don't want it there. And I don't want to miss, my kids are 4 and 7, and I don't want to miss their first day of school, which I mean, I do homeschool, but I mean, still, you don't want to miss those things. If I didn't, then, I might would miss those things. I don't want to miss those little aha moments that they have and their silly stories that they get to tell me and the memories that I get to make with them instead of someone else. And if there's anyone out there that might be all that we have in common, maybe you're tired of missing out on those special moments with your kids. I wouldn't change that for anything. Mm-hmm. So is it enough at the moment to let's say, is it enough at the moment to say that that's it, I've done it and I've have like this full on, successful business? No, but I'm 4 months in. Nowhere in business, like I said, I've been in business before. I know several people that run their businesses. No business actually profits in the first year alone, let alone 4 months in. You don't see a profit. You might can break even and you might can get your money back. But I'm talking about actually getting your money back. Everything I've invested, I was able to recover, plus start to profit. That is crazy in the business world. This new thing of online business is crazy. And it's not just about online business, but because they're digital products, you don't have inventory. You don't have inventory. You don't have a warehouse. You don't have any of these things that you have to worry about. All that stuff cuts down on cost and it helps you to profit sooner, because you're literally buying something and that's digitally, that's like invisible, and then you're just selling it. It's housed on your phone, on your computer, whatever it is that you have, and you can carry it around with you. I have actually sold 6 courses, meeting people at Walmart and Target and the mall. At the park, I sold one to a mom at the park. So you can still, I'm really good at face to face, so you can still do that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just, you know, over your social platform. Let's say I have about 1,200 followers on TikTok. I have about 624. It goes up and down with Instagram, cleaning out all your bots and things on day to day. You can't visually get anyone to see your product or to see you, that many people in one day, unless you have some crazy, but you're talking about huge shopping mall or some huge car dealership. You're not going to get that many potential customers every single day of every second of every day, every minute of every day. And that's the beauty of the online space. And you can literally do it from anywhere. A couple days ago, I had what they call warm leads, meaning people that are actually interested in my product while I was sitting on the beach making sandcastles with my kids. It's the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
It's this, but the main thing that people don't understand, and I will say I was quote unquote scammed by it, was um, the people that I saw made it look really easy and really simple. And oh, in a week, you're going to make 5K. And yeah, who wouldn't sign up? Well, no, it's not that. The business model is simple. The setup is simple. The idea is simple, but it still takes hard work to get people's attention. Yeah. Especially, not everyone wants to learn how to make money online. Not everyone wants to run a business. When you tell them it's a real actual business and they think, all the logistics that come in with a business, they immediately get scared because our minds are so tapped into the brick and mortar type of business.
Yeah.
It really is not that hard as far as, doing your accounting or it's not hard at all, because it's literally, even that part is all digital and it's all right there for you. It's done for you. So I think just the
So,
mindset, and your determination.
yeah. And I will say that, we met when you were right there at the beginning. When we met, you only had the roadmap.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like I think I was one of your first sales. I don't know. I think I was right there
Yes.
early with one of the first few.
Yep.
And And so it's been really exciting from my end of things to just watch you like skyrocket. It has been so fun to watch this work for you. Um,
Thank you.
and and it is true. Like digital sales, it is a real job. Like it's work. Like you work. But it also is, like you said, it's simple, but you do have to you get out of it what you put into it, just like with
With
business,
anything.
any
Yep.
business. And so
Yeah.
what I would love to know is, okay, so this is Wellness Talks with Lolo. So this is something that a lot of individuals, I think, miss when they think of wellness. Wellness has at least six or seven different dimensions, and financial wellness is one of them. We have to pay attention to our financial wellness because all of the dimensions, they touch each other, and where one
Yes.
is lacking, it's going to affect another. So if our financial situation is strained, it will affect our mental wellness, it will affect our emotional and our social, wellness and intellectual and all those things. So they all touch.
Mhm.
So that's why I felt like this was really important to bring attention to. um, what hurdles would you say that you've kind of faced in this realm? And it can be mental, emotional, like whatever that means to you. So, what hurdles do you feel like you have faced and overcome, or maybe they're still struggling with? Like, I'll leave that kind of open-ended for however it lands for you. How would you answer that? What would you say?
Well, I think the main thing is mental. Um, like I said, my ex, the toxicity that I dealt with was very mental and psychologically abusive. So, I mean, if we were having a conversation and he got to where he couldn't answer me, he would just literally stand in my face and say, "You're stupid. You are stupid." And that was just his way of trying to end the conversation. And though I knew I wasn't stupid, called me worthless. I mean, I was told I didn't even know how to wipe my. I was told he had to wipe my own butt. That if he wasn't around, I wouldn't even know how to do that. Like it was, pretty crazy. So, um, coming over that, imagine coming from that mindset that's been beat into your head. The only thing that I'm very thankful for, my dad and mom both have very strong personalities. My mom is very stubborn, so thank God I got some of that. And so, like, I knew in the back of my head that I was not stupid, I was not worthless. Like, I knew that, but it is very hard, when you're sitting there looking at someone, you've 17 years of your life that you've been with, and I mean, 17 years in, like, I mean, we should be, I mean, not that I'm old, but it's almost like at 17 years in, you really think you would be like that couple that just sits back and laughs and has a good time. You're relaxed at this point, but it was progressively getting worse. And so it was really hard. I still struggle on days where maybe I am trying to answer someone's questions and I can't come up with the right answer right away, or maybe I get stumped on a question, or maybe technically I'm trying to do something and I get frustrated and I like have to leave it and it takes me longer than I think it should. I still struggle. That little voice creeps in. It's like, maybe it was right. Maybe I am, or maybe I can't do this, or maybe, because when you're doing this business, you're a solopreneur, you're on your own. And when you're told for so long, oh, you can't do anything on your own. Oh, you're stupid. Oh, you're worthless. Um, when you're not seeing results, makes you a very, I guess you could say, puts you in that mindset of being a people pleaser or overachiever. So when you can't achieve these unrealistic goals that you've set for the day, that's when it does come into play and it does mess with you. I mean, I have to say, I'm going to say I'm proud of myself for the fact that December 31st of 2023, I mean, the entire structure of my life changed. Everything from top to bottom, it's completely different. I took 2 months. 2 months I gave myself to breathe and then put my big girl pants on and said, I'm going to do this. And like I'm doing it, and I did it, and I'm continuously to do it. I'm not where I want to be or where I want to be or where I need to be, but I'm still showing up every every single day. Like I'm showing up. I'm past that like motivation part. I've hit the discipline, which I talk about a lot on, some of my reels and things. Is it has to go above the motivation. You have to get to a point where you're disciplined, where you know it has to be done. You know, and now it doesn't mean you don't take a break, or it doesn't mean that you can't slow down or put the phone away for a while or whatnot. But discipline meaning you can't just wake up today and say, "Oh, I just don't feel like it, so I'm not gonna do anything with my business." You can't do that. That part I thought I was going to struggle with more than I do. I thought the motivation was going to, because it started off, I'll be honest, it really started off in, I don't want to say the wrong way, but kind of, it started off like, I'm going to show him. So that's what got me started, was
Mhm.
I am going to show
The
this
goal was
man
different.
that, yeah. Well, and now it's switched to, I'm going to show myself, and I'm going to
Hmm.
prove to myself, and I'm going to be that woman that I needed, that woman that was sitting in her bedroom alone at night crying because she was felt hopeless and helpless. I'm going to do it for her.
Yes.
And that's when the discipline came in. And some people, I guess uneducated people or ignorant people would say, "Oh, that's just selfish." No, that's not selfish, because you matter too. I finally realized I matter. I spent too much time trying to make everyone else around me happy, and I'm like, you know what? I matter too.
Yeah.
And it's like your social proof is not really, like in your income claims or anything else. Like your social proof is literally when people see you every single day. And for me, the proof is the comments that I get from other people that do the exact same thing that I do. Girl, you were killing it. It might even be anything about me making a sale. It might be like a story that I did on Instagram. And I'm like, girl, you're killing it. And they're like, girl, like they can see it. And I'm like, okay, like I'm doing this. I am making that woman proud. That woman, I mean me, the woman. I wish I'm trying to be my own best friend, if that makes sense. Like I needed a friend. Like I needed someone to like say you're not all of those things that you're being told. And so it's like I am proving to her that you got this,
Hmm.
and you're better than that, and you didn't deserve that, and you didn't do it to yourself. It's been a long time thinking it was because I didn't walk away sooner, or because but it is, like I do, it's not always that simple to just walk away.
Yeah.
People think it is. I mean, that's the thing I get the most is, well, why didn't you just leave? Like, wow, why didn't I think of that? you know
Yeah.
Gee, I wish I would have thought of that one.
Yeah. Leaving
So
is like only, it's like just the first little step over the threshold of the door. Like it's not even
exactly,
the whole thing.
exactly. So, but yeah, I think as far as going through the mindset, there's like just so many things that went through. I still have hard days. And I haven't gone through the whole thing yet, but I still revert back to your mini course that you sent me, and your workbooks and your breath work have helped me so many times. Um, I know, like my dad tell all the time. I said, you know what? God or whatever you're watching, whatever you believe in, really does drop things in your lap. I was like, Loriana was literally dropped into my lap, like exactly what I needed. I needed that. So, but I, I think, I just think that's the main thing with mindset is, and knowing that it's okay to go up and down, and coming to the realization that one, we're not superheroes. As women, as moms, I think we try, but we're not. And I think that's okay. Like, I'm not here to be a superhero. I'm just here to do the best that I can for myself and for my kids, and to teach them that they are important to themselves, like pour into their cup so that they can then pour into each other's cups, or whoever they might meet. And that was the hardest thing to act on, I guess, or to keep there, was just the belief that I can do it, and I am worth it, and I do deserve it. Imposter syndrome is real.
Oh yeah.
you know,
Oh
so
yeah.
it's a real thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the main thing.
What you said lands so much, and it's interesting. What I love about something that you just said is every guest that I've had so far, we've come back to the same statement that action is a reflection of decision.
Yep.
There's no such thing as trying. If you have
No.
decided you're going to do something, the only way to for that to happen is to act on it, which is
Yeah.
exactly what you just said. And it's like I said, it's every guest, we keep coming back to the same thing is I guess that's why Nike says just do it. Like just do it.
Just
You have to
just
do
do
it.
it. Yeah. You have to do it. You don't know
And
until you
then
try. And
exactly all those
yeah.
things. And I think we do get in our heads so much, those thoughts, those memories, those voices, the voice of the ex, the voice, the internal voice that ex trained our inner voice to sound like, and the things that that inner voice was trained to say. We do have to act on changing that. We have to
Yeah.
put ourselves out there. And yeah, imposter syndrome is real. Anyone who has been in business for themselves they're a liar if they have ever said that they have not
I
dealt
agree.
with it.
I
You are
agree.
lying if you said you've never dealt with
Yeah.
imposter syndrome.
You just didn't know what it was called.
Exactly, exactly. That's a great
Yeah.
way to put it. It's a great way to
Yeah.
put it. So, mindset has positioned you, the work on your mindset and giving yourself the rest. I think that's another thing that I don't want to skim past. Giving
Mhm.
yourself that time to be,
Yes.
to be and to adjust and not feeling the now you were in a very fortunate position that you had somewhere to go, and not everyone
Yeah.
has that
No.
luxury to just go somewhere and be afforded the time to rest, but the pressure to be on, the pressure to
Yeah.
bounce back, the pressure to be resilient right away, and
Yeah.
that's not realistic because damage was done. So
Yeah.
it is important to, at the very least, if you're not in the position um, to have somewhere safe to go right away and have that time, that space to breathe and kind of recoup, find little ways at least, and this is for the audience, find little
Yeah.
ways to take care of yourself, just like Ashley is saying. Take care of yourself. You are worth it. You deserve to heal. You deserve to recover. You deserve to do for yourself, and you deserve the best. And so the fact, Ashley, that you were able to give yourself that space and then pick it right up and say, okay, you know what? I rested, just like,
Yeah.
life has a way of making us rest if we don't.
Yeah.
And so, you got right back up and you kept going. And I just didn't want to skim past that. I wanted to bring attention to it that we need that time. That is so important and vital to our restoration process, to the healing journey,
Yeah.
and fitting that in continuously, fitting that in. Just like you said, you run a business, you're working, but you're also at the beach, you're also at the
Yeah.
park. You are,
Yeah.
and you don't you're not holding yourself to crushing it every single day. Every single day
Yeah.
doesn't have to be a four-figure day.
No. I mean, we're
Right?
not robots,
Right.
like
Exactly.
we're
Exactly.
not. Yeah, what I would naturally, my next step, and I'm almost there. I mean, I'm almost at a point where um I can either move myself and my two children into an apartment or maybe even buy a home. Um, I'm already, I am already to that point, and I just think like, like your mind is blown, and you're like, this is something that just doesn't happen. But it's because when I got off that, when I put my foot on that airplane, I said, you know what, I am not. I said I'm going to try my best to not be afraid anymore. Because though, yes, I had a place to come, I didn't know until 3 days before I flew that this is where I was coming. I didn't talk to my parents for 15 years because of this individual. 15 years. I one phone call with my father, and he said, "Don't worry about anything. You didn't do anything. You just come home."
Like, that makes me want to
And of
cry
course,
every
so
time you say it. I've heard it so
I
many times,
know.
but every single time I want to
I'm
cry when
still
you tell me that.
I know. And so you got to think I'm coming, I get on a plane and I'm coming to people. I mean, at this point, yes, they're my parents. We're talking about 15 years. That's a whole lifetime. And so, but I said, I'm not going to be afraid. I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to embrace this chance to have these people in my lives, for these children to have family they didn't know existed. Um, and if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have had the break. And I don't know what I would be doing right now. But I say that to say this. When you brought up that there's a lot of people that are not in that situation where they don't have a place to go, if you were in my situation, I know at first I didn't want to call them. I was like, I'm just going to pick a place on the map in the US and I'm just going back home, wherever that may be. I'm just going to go back home and I'm going to start over. Um, but because I was afraid, I was still holding on to that fear of the shame. Like, what are they going to say to me? What am I going to hear? Like, I can't take, after everything that's going on right now, I can't take any more of, you're this or you're that or disappointment or anything. But I said, you know what? Let me just do it. I took a deep breath, called, and it came out way better than I had expected. I have this thing that I really do believe in. You prepare for the worst, but you hope for the best.
Mhm.
So you're prepared for whatever bad might come, but you hope, you keep that hope that that good that you're looking for, even if just a tiny bit of it is going to be in there somewhere. And I have found that is what has carried me through. It's preparing myself for the worst possible scenario, but keeping on to that hope that it's going to work out. Maybe not the way I want it, but what's good for me in a way that's good for me. It's going to be beneficial
Yeah.
to me.
And
So,
so, I always say freedom lies on the other side of fear. And you experienced
yeah,
that. You experienced
yes,
that fear, being brave doesn't mean that you're not afraid. I think
no,
I, I hear sometimes people say that I don't want to be afraid. I
yeah,
don't want to be afraid. I don't want to be afraid. It's okay to be afraid. It is our
totally
human
okay.
nature to be afraid. And
Yes,
going on the other side of fear doesn't mean that the fear is gone. It means that you have moved past the fear and
yep,
you are breathing into the fear and using the fear as your power over to the other side towards freedom. And that's what you were able to do. You took a deep breath and, I'm just going to do a little plug, breath is the breath is the
yeah,
key.
yeah. Do
You hear
it.
me talk about
Yeah,
breath work all the time. Breath is the key. It is the breath is the power of life. It is the prana. It is what moves us, is what keeps us in our in movement is breath. And so you took a deep breath and you took the step. And
yeah,
I can relate to that personally in the sense that when I was in my situation, I kind of did the same thing. I was like, you know what? I don't know when I put my foot down, just kind of metaphorically, I don't,
yeah,
when I put my foot down, I don't know what's going to be there. I don't know what that stepstone, if it's gonna sink when I step on it, or if it's gonna hold me up. I don't know, but I'm going to trust that when I set my foot down on the next stepstone, I can't see the rest of them. I can only see the
yeah,
one right in front of me. I'm going to trust that it's going
yeah,
to support me and that it's going to
yeah.
take me to the next stepstone. And
I
I
love
can, so
that.
like your story, I kind of see myself in that same, I can relate to it in that sense that it was very similar. You just have to trust that the next best thing is what you're doing. You just have to do the
Yeah.
next, frozen,
You're okay.
just do the next right thing.
Yeah,
Every time I say that, I instantly think of that song because I have two girls, so it is what it is.
yeah,
But yeah, so what we're talking about here, I feel like, this same kind of story is reflected in so many different scenarios with women that I talk to. And
yeah.
so I feel like your
Unfortunately,
story, yes, yes. And I feel
yeah,
like your story is so relatable. And I love that you have pushed through. You have that stubbornness. And not everybody has stubbornness, but we don't have to, if you have if you're in a place where you need to find sustainability, you need to create an income and you don't know what you're going to do, maybe you need to do it quietly. Maybe you don't have a lot of funds to invest in, large courses that are, $1,000, $3,000. Her courses are not that much. I mean, I've gotten two of them, and I already have a business, and so what I was able to benefit from the courses that I got from you were just how to use Instagram, and I
Yeah,
started making changes, and I did start to grow after using them. So my purpose for buying your products was different, and I still
yeah.
benefited from it. So it can be used in
I
different
love
ways.
that.
It
Yeah,
teaches, yeah, the two that I got her Catalyst, and I got her the
UBC.
UBC. Yeah, the UBC. And I learned from both of them. And like I said, I'm not in the digital marketing arena, but I
Yeah.
did benefit from them. So there's so many different
Well,
ways that they can
wait,
be
hold
used.
on now. You are because
Well, you know what I mean.
digitally,
Yeah, you're
see,
right.
this
You're
is
right.
where people, yeah, this is where people get confused though. Hold on, you guys.
Share
This is where
away. Yeah,
people get
correct me publicly because I need you to.
no, no, no. Because I still struggle with this.
Yeah.
I had someone approach me and they were like, "Look, girl, you're killing it, but you're not. You're what you're doing is not. I mean, you are. We're all digital marketers, like even you, right? Because we all use social platforms. Mind you, I'm selling these products. I had to have somebody who, she does what I do, and she's like, "Girl, you're helping people learn how to make money online. You're not a digital marketer. We're all digital marketers. If we're a small business and we're online, then we're teaching people, we're all marketing our products digitally. That's what it is. And so, and that's why, as you know, okay, hold on, you guys. That's why, as you know, like Catalyst, for example, has a lot about ads and has a lot about how to market your products digitally.
Mhm.
So we, okay,
Real
so,
life of mom of two.
yeah. So we get so caught up. I know I do, and thinking like, oh, I'm a digital marketer, and which we still call it. Like, even you see like the trends on Instagram. I'm a digital marketer. Of course, I do this. That sort of thing. But the thing is that we're all digital marketers, and I say that because like you have a business,
Yeah.
so you're doing the same thing. You're marketing your stuff digitally, and you're everywhere. You're killing it. Like I see you everywhere, and that's why I said like it makes me happy when you say like it actually helped and I was able to use it. That actually makes me so happy because I have a lot of small businesses reach out to me, but like I said, people confuse the digital marketing and then like just selling digital product, just teaching you how to do it online. So it's like we're in this, like we're both small business owners, but in two totally different ways. Like
Mhm.
I, maybe one day that'll be my calling to like help people like recover, but it's like what I'm still recovering myself. I'm not there yet.
Yeah, you're a
So
facilitator
yeah,
right now. Right now, you are
yes,
facilitating the growth for people to come alongside you and grow with
yes,
you. So I love
yes.
that. I would call you a digital marketing facilitator.
Oh, I love that. I'm gonna put that on my story today.
Yes, yes. All right, girl. Well, so we have covered so much. We have covered so much. Uh, the mindset of just getting in there and doing it and building that self-love, building that self-worth, and even if you don't feel it. I know that you and I have had conversations where sometimes certain
It helps.
days you just don't feel it, but you keep
Yeah.
going. Or and I should say and we don't like the word but and you keep going. You don't feel it
Yeah.
and you keep going.
Yes.
Um, the financial part of it, it just seeing that growth and paying attention to your financial wellness and allowing it to support other dimensions of wellness and
Yeah.
allowing your other dimensions of wellness to support your financial wellness. See how they
Yes.
all touch each other, they all support each other. It's not a linear process by any stretch of the imagination. So
No.
I just I appreciate you so much, and I have just absolutely fallen in love with you since day one. So I am so
Oh,
thankful for
same.
you.
I always say we were separated at birth. Like,
So,
um,
and
I,
just a little history, and this is a fun fact. So, through digital marketing and through my attempt to just find clients,
Yeah.
I saw her a random post on the internet, mind you, totally random, just a post out there in the, www, out on
Yeah.
Instagram. And I find this person and she made a comment and I was like, oh, that looks like somebody I could talk to. So I reach out to her and just strike up a conversation. This is how you do in business. You just talk, start
You just
conversations.
talk. Yeah.
And we clicked, and I think I invited you to a breakthrough call, I think is how it
Yeah.
ended up happening.
Yeah.
Girl lives 45 minutes away from me.
Yeah, I know.
Is
It's
that not the
crazy.
wildest thing ever? So that's just a fun fact about me and Ashley. It's just been really cool. And then so just the support and the sisterhood of just finding connections, building that social wellness. And I'm kind of getting a little off track here, but it's just coming to me,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna run with it. But
Go ahead.
go with what feels right for you. This is what feels right for her, and I know that what she is promoting, what she is doing, it works. I have watched it work for her, and it has I have used her products in a different manner, and it has absolutely helped me. And I have watched it help other people that she has that have subscribed with her. So I know that it works, and I am just so excited to watch you to continue to excel and just explode.
Oh,
I
you too,
am
girl.
really excited. Thank you. I'm really excited for that. So if someone wants to reach out to you, I'm going to put it up on the screen so they can visually see it. But can you share with us
Okay.
just how anyone can, if there's anything else you want to add, or if there and how to get in touch with you, the different modalities to get in touch with you. How can we do it?
Okay. Yep. So my handle on both Instagram, which I have been on there the longest. I've just started up my TikTok, but you can reach me on either one, and the handle is at Mama T Digital. And also, my business email is aspear at mamatdigital.com. And hold on one second. Okay, don't say that. And so, but these are all different ways that you can reach me. I answer my DMs very, very quickly because my phone is always with me and I very, very remote from anywhere I'm going. In Walmart, I have literally pulled over like in the produce aisle and told, sent screen recordings of what inside of Catalyst Collective looked like for someone who had a small business. So I try to be very attentive, and if I can't answer you, I will at least send you a message and say, I'm busy right now. If you'll give me X amount of time and I'll be right with you, just to let you know. Because I don't like it when you send someone a message sometimes and they don't answer. Now, Instagram does glitch, and that has happened to me where I think I've sent someone a message and I have not sent someone a message, but I'm usually very quick to get to you. But all my handles are at Mama T Digital. You can find me on Instagram or TikTok. Send me a message on either. And like I said, my business email is aspear at mamatdigital.com. Yes, I have a domain, but it's not like an official website, but I do have an email for the website. So
That's all you need. That's all you need.
yeah,
That's all
yeah.
you need. Websites are overrated. There, I said it. I put it out there.
You put out
Said it. All right. Well, anything else you want to add before we close out?
I just want to say thank you so much for having me and for giving me this opportunity. And I am just so thankful every day that I have met you.
Same.
You have saved me, inspired me, giving me like that hope, because you're ahead of me in this whole situation. I know you've gone through very similar things. The amount of similarity between our situations is just uncanny, from down to like being small business owners with our exes all the way to now. It's just very uncanny. So um, I love that. And I just cannot be more thankful that you found me on Instagram.
I feel exactly the same.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much for coming. I feel the same way, and I am just so pleased. And so, if anyone wants to get in touch with her, follow the handle and the email that you see up on the screen. And that is a wrap for Wellness Talks with Lolo. Be sure to like and subscribe and share with a friend who could use this information. I know so many people could use what she is doing. So please
and
share
what
with a
you're doing,
friend.
Lolo.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So share with a friend and subscribe to Wellness Talks with Lolo. And we will see you soon. Bye, friends.